the spacemen sail the cosmic bay. From Jupiter to Saturn we'll deliver our freight on our starship, sailing through the interplanetary strait. With a hardy crew and a cargo of dreams, through the nebula's mist we'll forge our own schemes. In the vastness of space where no man has been, we'll navigate, chart the unexplored galactic highway. Give home, mateys, upon the starry sea. We're the spacemen sailing through infinity. With our voices loud and our spirits free, we'll voyage across the celestial sea. Voyage across the celestial sea. In the abyss of the cosmos we set sail. Through crimson skies our ship prevails. Across the stars a celestial flight, metal warriors bound by might. In this realm of shadows darkness unfurls a symphony of chaos, where planets whirl and nebula of fury untamed, sailing through the void where nothing's the same. We ride through the cosmos, a metal storm, defying gravity. Our spirits transform through supernovas and celestial clouds. Our stellar voyage forever in the skies. Digging deep in the Martian soil, searching for that precious ore. With pickaxes and heavy hearts, we're the miners of the cosmic shore. On this barren land, we march as one, unearthing treasures under the sun. In the cratered plains where no one dreamt, we're the pioneers on this frontier we're sent. Oh, we mine on the red planet soil, drilling down, down, down for the treasures we toil. With grit and determination, we push ahead for Mars' hidden riches, we're truly bred.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the stream. Do some clickety clicks. There we go. Hello. Hope everyone is well today. Thank you, Nigel. Hope you're doing okay. Music can go down a little bit. Well, I mean, I've been better. Recovering from a migraine. This is awesome stuff. So today, as the title says, we'll be goofing off playing Rimworld. Unfortunately, migraines and migraine medication do not make narrating stuff easy or fun. Spitfire, nice. Remember I had one of those when I was a kid. Me and my grandfather built it. My grandfather used to be huge into models. They came in ridiculously expensive. And thankfully my migraines aren't quite that bad. And haha, there we go. Figured it out. That's not good, Samantha. I go through phases. I'll get one a week or somewhere around there. Normally. It's not fun. Huh. I wish I could scare mine off. Well, we've got medication as well, which is why I've taken it. So, migraine isn't bad. It's gone. But it always leaves you concentration deficient, shall we call it. And you need that concentration for narrating. Also dries you out significantly. So I'm on cortisone at the moment, which dries me out anyway. And then migraine medication would be an extra level of just drying me out. So super dry vocal cords, not necessarily a good thing. Well, I think I get about the same, 3 to 5. Normally I can catch it decently. So if I get one just after I stream, I can take the medication and by the next day I should be okay. But last night I had to take the migraine medication as I went to sleep. So even though I slept okay, I woke up feeling very dry. So we're gonna goof off and play some Rimworld. I have the concentration for at least that, I think. Apparently there was a new release, a DLC, which is cool. But I haven't. Good morning, Mitch. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, been streaming since recovering from the surgery. Gotta keep that algorithm going. No. Okay. Awesome. Just making sure that everything is sufficiently working. I think I bumped the camera. Thankfully I'm not reading off the teleprompter because it's all skew. Right. Where was I? Unfortunately, I live with a permanent stiff neck. For me, it's this muscle here. Goes from about this joint all the way up here, into my ear, right behind the ear, into the eye, and then back. So when that starts acting up, normally I can tell. But sometimes it's a sneaky one, and that doesn't happen. Yes, today's a non-narration stream. I'm not too worried, we did get a bit ahead. It's been, I keep thinking today's Wednesday. So, yeah, Tuesday. I had a meeting that I forgot about, so I would have had to cut the stream early. And then I also had a stomach bug or something. So that was just like, okay, stream's not happening. And then yesterday I was recovering from the stomach bug and then got a migraine. Fun. I'm feeling better, Squiz. It's just a matter of getting the stamina back, which is taking a lot longer than expected. Even the last couple of days without doing the narrations and the stream, I can feel the stamina has dropped again. So it's probably going to take a lot longer than I thought to recover, which I suppose is the nature of the thing. Good morning, Hailtech. Hope you're doing well. Prototype Dracon. I hope you're doing well as well. Alrighty. So, Rimworld. I played a lot of it when it first came out. Haven't played it in years. So I've been playing it over the last couple of days. Trying to beat the Mechanator start. Nothing too serious. Good morning, Okarol. I hope you're doing well. You can see I'm not in my battle gear, so it's going to be a normal day. Fair enough. I think before this week I'd put in a couple 100 hours. And then just didn't play it for a very long time. Actually, I know why I didn't play for a very long time, because I was doing a YouTube channel and didn't play anything for a long time. So, there's that. So with the Mechanator, mountainous, Mechanator, large hills. I noticed that you need a lot of power generation, so gonna have to figure that out. It's super free. And the other thing is we've been trying to narrow down for months what's causing the migraine. And went away for a month, 2 months, and then it's back again this week. So I don't know what's going on. Temperate forest. Sounds good. We need granite. We got granite. Got large hills. And what is that, Okarol? Yeah, definitely the brain meat. It's fighting the body meat. It's in an epic battle. So, I don't know how the ideal religion system works. This is one of the DLCs I never played with. So we'll go with inactive. I did figure out xenotypes. So fair enough. I do need to get an allergy test. Also, I mean, sinuses 2 weeks ago went crazy. So I think the infection came from hay fever. So yeah, fun and games. The more stuff I try and fix, the more stuff it seems to break. My wife keeps telling me it's old age, and I tell her she's being silly. It can't be old age. I'm not that old. And then she reminds me that I am. Old enough, at least, where the warranty is void. Yeah, that's a wetware problem. Somewhere in between the brain and fingers is an idiot. Good morning, Dark Mirror. Hungry Mexican 98. I hope you're both doing well today. On this fantastic Thursday. I've also lost a day this week. And thank you very much for the whatever that was. Cynthia Walker. Thank you very much for the follow. Okay. This game's causing problems. Where is it? That's that, that's that. That's that, that's that. No, it's not that. I think that works. Okay. If you want. If you enjoy colony simulations, then yeah, it's a very good one. It's pretty difficult. I mean, you can set the difficulty to whatever you want, but it's quite technical. Well, technical. Complicated, I think would be a better word. So there's a lot to learn about it. But I find it for fun. Fair enough, Darkmer. Fair enough. I have no idea. It's not a particularly expensive game. I think it's $10. Current Steam price of Rimworld. Never mind. Rimworld is a lot more expensive than I thought. £28. That gives you everything, I think. So $35? It's a lot more expensive than I thought it was. But it does go on special on a very regular basis. My dad used to do that with me. He used to talk about being in the Boer War, which, for instance, happened in the early 1900s. Confused the crap out of me when I was talking about it, and the teacher laughed at me. Thank you, Milky Blast. I will definitely try not to die. Yeah, I mean, it's a good game. I like it. I prefer it to Prison Simulator, but they also did another one, which is medieval, rather than futuristic. Good morning, James. Hope you're doing well. The Phoenix Paw as well. Good morning. It's a futuristic colony simulation bash your head against a wall game. I am from South Africa. I tend to speak in dollars because most of my audience is American. Fair enough, James. Fair enough. I hope you sleep well, and whatever it is isn't too bad, and it passes quickly. Good morning, Zachary. Yeah, I haven't played this game in years. Thank you, Zachary. Thank you very much. Yeah, $35 for the base game. Lots of dubious stuff may be happening. Fair enough, James. Fair enough. Oh yeah, I mean, life always gets in the way of making plans. Good morning, Donald. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for popping past, Crusader. Hope everything goes well. Yeah. It sucks when they do that because it takes a while to fix the breakers, because they're not normal breakers, so they don't really have them on hand. I think it's more complicated than Oxygen Not Included, but I haven't played as much Oxygen Not Included. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. I'm dual streaming to both Twitch and YouTube, as you can see by the chat. Not as much as I used to, but I tend to play survival games and open world games. Put a lot of time into Zomboid, Project Zomboid. I hope you're not talking to me, because the only continent south of me is Antarctica. And no, I haven't considered taking a vacation to Antarctica. Yeah, Antarctica. I played GTA way back when. Like the original. But it never really grabbed me. I make audio recordings for YouTube, Cynthia. So that is my job. I'm a YouTuber. And I make audio content about science fiction. I think, Zachary, Twitch has more tools. It's got the interactive goals, it's got the alerts, all that stuff, which helps keep the audience, you guys, engaged, feel like it's part of everything, whereas YouTube doesn't have any of that. You need to use external tools for YouTube. No, I'm glad that you enjoyed that one, James. Yeah, and Factoria, yeah. Haven't played it in a while. There is a DLC coming out, 2, or something like that. I hear that sure, the skiing's good. I wouldn't mind seeing it from the ship. The warm ship. From far away. That's about it. Yeah, fair enough. I played the original Gears of War. I owned an Xbox for a very short period of time. It was one of the few games I played. I finished it pretty quickly. So the price to game ratio was quite low, or high. So the price was high, the game time was low, so I never played it again. And got rid of the Xbox. I think the only console I have is a PlayStation 3, which I've barely used. That Red X or that Red X? Cheers, Crusader. Hope you have a great day. So, Oats, no, I don't know about that, but District 10? Isn't it District 9? Unless I'm missing something. District 9 was the South African one, and Elysium was also South African. It was done by Blom something. Blomkamp, I think. Which is, Flower? Blom is Flower. Just a random thing. Yeah, Neil. Blomkamp. Anyways, doing stuff and things. Chat is chatting today. Very much enjoys the Rimworld. I don't have a problem with it. Oh. My neck is fucking with me. Seriously. Quick study. So, District 9. There's a tradition in my house. Whenever we have prawns for dinner, the usual thing before we start eating is fucking prawns, and then we eat dinner. Very, very, very funny if you're South African. Although you want to see a scary prawn, look up a Parktown prawn. Spelt Parktown, one word. So Parktown prawn. Those things are evil. Those things, it would make me believe in a devil. Or a entity that just hates you. Because if you cross a cricket and a cockroach, you get a Parktown prawn. Those things do not die. They hold grudges. They eat through concrete. They are the worst. Although I haven't seen one in years. Thank you very much for the follow. It's very much appreciated. Hail Tech, very, very much. Yeah, I mean, when you play any game for an extended period of time, you start dreaming about it. I remember Diablo 1 was the first time that happened for me. Just played it so much that you just dream of loot. That's the dream. Yes, Zachary, I've put several hundred hours into Project Zomboid. Thank you very much for the Prime subscription, Hailtech. It's super appreciated. And it's not just appreciated, it's extra appreciated, with a little bit of sprinkles on top. I can definitely feel that the stamina of just 2 days of not really doing stuff has definitely set me back. Oh, yeah. I did see that. So we'll make the genes inheritable. Great intellect. Yeah, I really enjoy multiplayer games. Fair enough, Zachary, fair enough. I think I've put in about 1,000 hours into Project Zomboid. But again, there was like a 3-year period where I didn't play anything. 0. Because I was just working on the channel. I'm not too keen on platformers. I played so many when I was a kid. Kind of grew up past it. I know people wanted, it was a while ago. People wanted me to stop playing some very popular, it wasn't Cuphead, it was another one. Silk Song? Silk Ink? Something. I just couldn't get into it. No, it wasn't Bendy in the Ink Machine. It was, I have no idea. This was 2 years ago, or more. Let me check. Hollow Knight, I think it was called. I played a little bit of Hades. It's okay. I mean, I've sunk like 10,000 hours into Diablo 3, so I'm all for action RPGs and stuff. But Hades was, I don't know. Oh, you can go past 2. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, those things are almost as big as a small elephant. Well, I put it there mostly because I would speak to one and everybody else was like, what are you talking about? So now everybody can see what I'm responding to. And then you do some cross-platform chatting. I know, it's like fraternizing, but But I'm sure we'll get through it. I think we'll just update, remove that. That looks good. Alrighty. No shooting, no melee, no plants, no artistic. Good morning, Storm. We're just goofing off and playing some Rimworld. I say goofing off, but I'm recovering from a migraine, so all the medication I've taken for that has dried me out, so the vocals aren't great. Definitely not good enough to narrate, so I thought I would stream some goofing off. Nope. How can you be psychically deaf and psychically sensitive? Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. The dog doth protest. Oh, that's why. Yes. I remember now. I remember. How is this one called? Gross X, I think. What is today? Today is the 2nd. 10:30. So this is the one. Yes. I don't want that. But I do want that. Yeah, migraines are a pain in the medical, cooking, construction, it's all sucks. But we've got a low teetotaler, awesome. I think we'll go with this one. And we get a harp. Yeah! We can strum that like it's 1864. It varies. I mean, some days the migraines are, it's just really bad headache. And other times you're hiding under the blankets just hoping for death. I mean, so. The worst was when they did the emergency sinus surgery on me. I don't know what they did. I think they tweaked my neck somehow. And I woke up with the single worst migraine I have ever experienced. Now, they were giving me painkillers for the sinus surgery, which is fine. but it did absolutely nothing for the migraine. So I just lay there. I could not move. Breathing hurt. I had my eyes closed for 12 hours. And every time the nurse came in, I was like, can you just ask the doctor for a migraine? Something for a migraine. And they only got a hold of him like 12 hours later. And they gave me some of the good stuff. And that knocked me out and got rid of it. But for 12 hours, just moving, even thinking about moving hurt. Synesthesia is the swapping around of senses. So you can taste light and smell sounds, sort of thing. So the actual surgery wasn't bad. It was whatever. The migraine, that. Oh. That was just brutal. Brutal, I tell you. Brutal. Why would I sue the doctor? He gave me medication as soon as the nurses asked. And it was also very, very common for people coming out of surgery to say that they need more medication than they actually do need. Oh, I hope so, James. I really do. Yeah, I mean, I can understand it getting that bad. Okay. We can work with this. We got some stuff. Got a big chunk of stuff over there. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing you can do to get comfortable. I'd prefer to have a broken bone, quite honestly. Or something like that. Because, with a physical injury, you can move around and you're going to get comfortable eventually. Or find a position that's not as sore. But with a migraine, you're just fucked. Yeah, tooth pain's also pretty much the same. Good night, James. I hope you sleep well. I don't know. I think Twitch. Mainly because YouTube is so bad at pushing out notifications for streams. And Twitch also gives me a separate platform. So if something ever does happen to YouTube, I do have somewhere else to go, if that makes sense. A home away from home, if you will. Welcome back, Crusader. Hope you're doing well. Again. Better than before, with some... What are we doing? We're chopping trees down. No. We do not chop trees down. I know I told you to chop trees down, but I forgot. I mean, let me put it this way. I have 100,000 subscribers, and I have 25 people watching me on YouTube. I have 250 followers, and I have 2 people watching me. So, percentage-wise, Twitch is better. A very, very roundabout way. Yeah, I do understand that USP. But I mean, it would be the same for Twitch. So, I mean, we've got what? That's about 1% of my followers on Twitch are watching me, and then less than 0.001% of my followers on YouTube are watching me. So the percentages are slightly different. And I do understand that it's quite early in America. Thank you very much, HailTech. What some people do is they just watch it muted on the one and then listen to me on the other one. Sure, let's install the harp. Good morning, Palks Dixo. I hope you're doing well. This is everything. So I haven't actually made my way back up to Anomaly. I missed 4 years of Rimworld stuff, so I'm currently doing the Mechanator stuff. Once I beat it with the Mechanator, we'll move into Anomaly. Probably also Ideology. And then royalty. Okay, just give me a second. QP. It should be in the description, but just to make life easier for everyone. There we go. That is the Twitch address. Yeah, I mean, I had to jump through some hoops, like PayPal. It doesn't pay directly to a bank account here, so you have to do some stuff to get it into the country. But they'll happily tax you for it. In South Africa, it's a lot more difficult to get money out the country than into the country. So there is that. But it's always a problem. Depending on your country, you might want to look into Stripe. They have a lot of things to help. And they operate in a lot of countries. YouTube will pretty much pay out anyway, but I mean, you're still going to have to deal with local laws. You have to open up a Forex account to send money outside the country, or go through an intermediary like Western Union. If you want to send out large amounts of money, they'll start taxing you on that. So you'll get taxed when the money comes in from a foreign source, and then if you send too much out, they'll tax you again. I personally had to open up a Forex account with Capitec so I could send my dad money. Fair enough, Captain. Fair enough. Also, because I receive money overseas, I have to, on a yearly basis, sign documents with the Reserve Bank. So, I mean, it's not too bad as far as things go, but it's still annoying. Yeah, I do remember that much. Well, we still got a couple days before that. I've run out of metal, and I can't really chop wood because I suck at chopping wood. So I'm using metal as the walls. So we should get there. That's why we're going to make a agri hand as soon as possible. Okay, flame bow. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Did I make an agri hand the top one? I did not. That is annoying. Yes, Crusader, it does, as far as I remember. It's got a very large modding community. Oh, thank you very much, Tom. It's very much appreciated. That was more of an Afrikaans accent than a Soviet. Mad squirrel. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. No, you've got like negative shooting skill. Don't do that. It's going to cost me more resources than it is worth. Thank you very much for the follow. It is very much appreciated. Asian 221. Fair enough. The master has spoken. Thou shalt turn on the warm, sleepy space. Yeah, I try not to trust capybaras in general, but with a firearm, definitely not. What are we doing? We're doing that. I'm going to work. Research is 2. Mining is 2. Cooking is 1. Yeah. It's awesome. 8 viewers. We're getting there. Really? The ancient danger. Good morning, Moth. I hope you're doing well. And I'm glad you enjoyed the channel. You guys can go back to work. Assassin. Without the second set of S. So it's assane. Definitely should have had a higher mining. Yes, I did for about an hour and then never played it again. Yeah, I don't like games that, you know, lock me in and I can't do stuff. I just want to get into the game and play the game. And then Starfield had too much stuff that was just stopping me playing the game. So I was like, eh. This is very clunky. Awesome. No, I'm playing this modless. I've had a lot of people tell me to try Starfield. Not Starfield. Stellaris. Yeah. Go research. Yeah, it's basically just DLCs and vanilla. I played Stellaris for a very short time. Ah, right. Took too long, you did. Fair enough, played. But I mean, when I played, I wasn't a big fan of Skyrim either. Because of the, 10-minute starting animation that you can't skip. Drives me up the wall. Drives me up the wall. I'm not one of those, like, no, you can't have a story in the game. But just give me the option to skip if I want to skip. So any game that locks me into a multi-minute animation or story or something that I can't skip, probably will never play. I personally think that within 5 minutes of installing the game, you should be in the game doing game things. And then you can drip feed me story afterwards. But that's just me. Yeah, I mean the quick time events, yeah. Well, I don't play. Well, I suppose they have migrated to PC now as well. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, even with Fallout. Fallout 3, the original, at least you're doing stuff in the beginning. You're making decisions and you're getting some lore, which is okay. It pushes that boundary for me. But I think 4, you had that whole long spiel at the beginning. It's like, I don't care. I want to shoot people in the head. Or I want to do the game things. Well, I don't generally play consoles. I don't even own console. Ooh. You fecker? That was my bad. Come on, we can catch up. Shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. Nope, we can't catch up. It's gone. Oh well. Yes, I bought it original whenever PS3 came out, and I haven't played it since. I don't even own a TV that works. Oh, I suppose technically I can plug it into one of my screens. Not really. I mean, I played it, Stardew Valley, like a long time ago. Very long time ago. It's for me. But a lot of that game is like social relationships and stuff like that, which is not really a game type that I enjoy. Yeah, I mean, I never really look down on anybody's game choice. I have my preferences and other people have theirs. Nothing, really. Look, I played Alpha, like 0.1, and it was kind of like, cool. And then I didn't play it until, I think, 2 years ago. So, it's okay. I've never thought to myself, oh, good, I wish I want to play some Minecraft. It is what it is. At least with like Project Zomboid, I get into a mood to play Project Zomboid or Rimworld. But not so much with Minecraft. Yeah, strange that. You like things different than me. Imposter! You can't be real. Or something along those lines. Yeah, very much. It'd be like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. You are not one of us. Prison Architect's okay. I played it. Just assume that my game knowledge is like 3 years out of date. I probably played a lot of stuff. Like modern games. What did I play? Yeah, can't remember. I also prefer indie games to AAA titles. Although I played Diablo 4. Which was, eh. Got through the campaign, was like, yeah, I'm bored. Red Faction. That's the one on Mars. No? Yes. It's like Doom. First person shooter on Mars. But not Doom. Like a resistance fighter? Something like that? They've been in a downward spiral for a long time, I think. Fair enough, Captain No Name. Fair enough. I think I only played the first one. I used to play a lot of very different games. This was before Steam. Steam, ironically, has made me play the same games over and over again. And I suppose you find a game you like and you just keep playing. sort of the open-ended nature of games. I mean, added complexity these days is kernel level anti-cheat, which scares the hell out of me. So, I mean, indie games don't tend to go full bore onto the kernel level anti-cheat, so that's always good. And plus, I think indie games, they have more of a connection to the player. The player isn't a customer. They don't see it as a wallet with legs. They see it as an integral part of the game. So I think that's a big difference. Now, I remember playing the original XCOM as a turn-based, when I was going through a turn-based phase. So it was XCOM, there was a mercenary one, a Fallout 2, that sort of stuff. Well, here's the thing. Other hand, AAA games focus on spectacle. Indie games focus on game. I'm always prefer a good game than a good looking game. Just look at this game. I mean, it's not breaking any records with how realistic it is, but it's engaging gameplay. I played a lot of Borderlands 1. Fair enough. Russell Hague Dominion. Never heard of it. Oh. How dare you rest? Get back to work. I don't think I've ever played Hive Elite. Raven Alliance. Jagged Alliance is the one I was thinking of. Fair enough. I think back in the day, I might have played Battletech. Mech Warrior. Space AT&T. So it never works and is really slow. Is that what you're trying to say? No, don't worry. We made a bot for that. You don't have to keep bashing it with your fists. Somebody else will do it. Or did we? We didn't. We made an extra constructoid. That was not quite the optimal choice. Oh, and overpriced. Well, I mean, yeah, definitely. I assumed it would always be overpriced. Look, I mean, back when AT&T was still a massive thing, South Africa was still more expensive. Just up until about 10 years ago, South Africa had the most expensive internet in the world. It was cheaper to go fly to, where was it? Not America? Taiwan? It was cheaper to fly to Taiwan with a hard drive, download, at that time, a couple 100 gigs of stuff, get on a flight and fly back to South Africa than it was to do it from South Africa. I think it's, because I play so many different characters, it's very difficult to like really fall in love with specific ones. Trying to think. I mean, Anthony was pretty cool, but HFY, but Anthony wasn't an HFY story. Yeah. I didn't do it personally, but I always ran into those issues. Thank you very much for the follow. It is very much appreciated. Desert Outlaw 76. Yeah. Subscribing is good for the soul. And what are we doing? Clicked on a whole bunch of things that I shouldn't have. I think there have been a couple with battle mechs in it. Well, First Contact definitely had battle mechs in it. So I get asked that on a regular basis, and I always end up forgetting the title of the story. But it was one of the first stories I did. It was written by Regal Legal Eagle. And humanity bumps into a bunch of aliens in space, and they're like, how are you advancing this quickly? You shouldn't be advancing nearly this quickly. And then basically it turns out that human has the galactic equivalent of ADD. The only reason we advance so quickly is because we get bored so easily. I think that one's pretty much my favorite one. Fair enough, AJ. This is a temporary base, so I'm not too worried. I can just take the walls apart if need be. I think the other one is the original one-shot that started First Contact. So it was a one-shot written by Reltz that started the whole thing. But when he wrote it, there was no First Contact. There was no book series. It was just a single story about Pthok stealing some ice cream. And it made me laugh. And it made me laugh for a very long time. It was a pleasure. I'm surprised the original one-shot isn't up on Reddit, but I do know he moved a lot of his stuff off of Reddit. Yes. So, I mean, that whole story sets up everything. So, obviously, my favorite chapters were like Pthok Saves Christmas and like the action movies that they had. Quote-unquote action movies of Pthok. Those were definitely my favorite chapters in the whole series. Yeah, I mean, that's also a good story. AJ, they're all good. I think the problem depends on the narrator, because my style is very, very different. So trying to get two styles to work together, especially if they're very different to each other, becomes very difficult. And it makes, I think, instead of it adding to each other and making it better, if the two styles are very diametrically opposed, it can actually deteriorate the story. Or be detrimental to the story, not deteriorate. So there is that to consider. What are you doing? You're growing. No, you're banned from growing. Good morning, Wolfhouse. got some wood. We can stop all of that. Now we just need to do that. I mean, each to their own, Moth. Some people prefer the AI stuff to real people. Real people. So... fair enough, AJ. I know there's one for that in Factorio as well. Some people put in a little extra effort. I mean, I played around with it. Getting the pauses right, that's a very difficult thing. Even if it sounds unnatural, if there are pauses aren't right in between sentences and paragraphs, it just jumbles together. Fair enough, fair enough. Um, 4.5 years ago, Storm, I think was when I started YouTube. Or actually, probably closing up on 5 years now. I think 5 years. What is the 2019. Awesome. Well, I'll definitely have a look. I just want to play through all the DLCs, have a see. And then we'll see where we are after that. Well, I'm definitely waiting for Build 42 for Project Zomboid. It's going to be pretty cool. A lot of changes. Yeah, I did see that in some of the playing I did yesterday. Pretty cool. No. Don't shoot. How? You absolutely suck at shooting and you actually hit your target. Instead of doing more damage. What do you mean by long-form stories? Series. If you're talking about series, there's a bunch coming out. Nature of Predators Book 2, eventually. This is way, way down the line when it's almost finished. New Species 2, called The New Threat. Catching up on Survivor becomes Dungeon. What else? Epic Loot, catching up on that. Yeah, so the author has already started writing book 2. I have not read it. I haven't looked at it. But if it's anything like the first one, I'll probably only look at it when he's close to 100 to 200 chapters. So, I mean, that can take a long time. I think he's only releasing twice a week, so it's probably going to be a good year before something happens. Where are you guys going? Draft. Yeah, I think I'm up to 100 or so. We'll get there. We'll get there. Life throws you lemons, you make lemonade. Or throw the lemon back. I'd prefer to throw the lemon back, but, you know, sometimes you can't. The surgery plus the recovery is a lot... affecting the channel a lot more than I would have expected. But such is the way of things. Good morning, Kandaria. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, as far as I understand how he does it, he does like, on a specific day he'll release a chapter for a specific series, whereas I do binge watching type stuff. Good morning, Philip. Hope you're doing well. So I'll do a series until I'm caught up. Fair enough, Anthony. Fair enough. Gives me heartburn, so I try and avoid them. I do know that he was writing a series. I have no idea what it was called. And that is very true, Kandaria. Every day that you're above ground, unless you're a miner, is a good day. Yeah, Spartan Wolf is his Reddit handle as well. Oops. Don't think I'm supposed to do that. Good morning, Piano Gallery. Hope you're doing well, and thank you very much for the $20 super chat. Sucks that it was a bit rough for you. Hopefully today will be a better day. Fair enough, Phoenix. Fair enough. I think I gave my little dude immunity from food poisoning, so that'll help. I think overall, Regal Eagle Eagle, you did a lot of stuff that I enjoyed. Both serious and then also very tongue-in-cheek stuff. Uh-huh. Yeah, food poisoning is not fun. Cat hair. Not ASMR, just cat hair removal. Space Paladin. Yeah, I mean, that's Nature of Predators, isn't it? And Farm Witch also does some good stuff. Yeah, Betty Adams' stuff was very slice of life-ish, very light-hearted, but I haven't seen anything from her in a while. Phoenix Paul Mobile, it's the first book is finished. He did start a second book. I think he's up to chapter 10, 20 on the new one. Not off the top of my head, Nigel. 32. Okay. Definitely piling through those chapters. No cannibals. I only got one person. Don't need more. I've got a mech army. One you don't have to die for, I would say. I think for me that's one of the hard things. I mean, especially with something like First Contact, there were chapters that I liked more than others. When you're a reader, you could skip chapters you don't like, but as a narrator, I can't. So it kind of forces you to go through stuff that you would normally skip. Good morning, Hawkforce. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing as well as can be, recovering from a smorgasbord of my body just not liking me. So, migraine, upset stomach, all that sort of stuff. And cortisone for the infection. So, fun days. This is why we're goofing off and playing some Rimworld instead of recording some... recording some work. Oh. I blocked it out. Yeah, I mean, some chapters are very, very difficult to narrate. They're okay to read, like the one with binary. So you can go, oh, binary, and skip it. But with me, it's like, well, do I skip it? Do I have to read it? I read it. And then every time it happened afterwards, I skipped it. Good afternoon, Orbital. Yes. It's a checklist in this game. Fair enough, Hailtech? Fair enough. Touching grass, I think, is something that most people could do. I mean, I worked for 3 years, barely saw the outside. Just going outside, not even touching grass, definitely changes your mood. Yeah, so it wasn't fun to narrate those. It was like, well, it is important to the story, but it isn't actually important to the story. What the binary says is important to the story. The other thing is, especially in lit RPG, the stats table. So they don't do it as much anymore, but 5 years ago when I first started, everybody loved stat. You throw stat table in there and it's like, look, my chapter is that much bigger. Nothing's changed between this chapter and the next, but he gained 1 point, so we're going to show the entire stats table. And then go into a bit of story, and then another point change. So then we're going to show the whole stats table again. Drives me ditty. And I can vaguely understand it. It is easier to represent changes in a character using numbers than it is to describe that change in a character. Well, it's kind of one of the reasons why I liked Fork This Life. He put it at the end of the story, in a spoiler thing. So if you were interested enough to look at the stat sheet, it was there. If not, he had already described what changed. So it sort of did both worlds. That makes sense. So that was an interesting way of doing it. Oh, we're still picking up. No, we can stop that. Whatever we're doing over here, we can stop it. Black Angel, 5 years. So when I started the YouTube channel. Rimworld is basically just a psychotic... What are you doing? You just... I know what you're doing. It's a post-apocalyptic mental. Where are you going? Where are you going? Sorry, post-apocalyptic survival simulator type thing with colony mechanics, or colony simulator, if you will. So that is very true. And the problem is when you're narrating it, you can't just say +1 to stat, or pick the things that have changed, because the authors don't necessarily always indicate what changed. They just show you the stat for no reason. Yeah, Ars Magica also did it quite nicely. So was Epic Loot. I mean, in the beginning they were a bit more stat heavy, but now it's more of a freeform thing. Yes. This is definitely a R-rated game, or M-rated game. Badum tsh. Thank you, Paul Mobile. That's definitely a joke. Good job. Yes. Very funny. Fair enough, Peanut. Fair enough. No. I don't get pronunciation guides. They make up a word and it's up to me to figure out how to say it. I think the single biggest example of that is J-verse Death Wielders, where there are names with no vowels. Those are a pain. Well, at least with me there's no test, so that's good. Yes, they're definitely a consonant pain in the arse. I mean, that's not also to mention that a lot of these chapters are books. They are, well, not books. They are a good portion novelettes in size, which is just difficult. Fair enough, Peanut. Fair enough. And the problem with splitting it, especially for me, is choosing an appropriate place. So you need to read the whole story and then kind of find a lull in the story where you can put a logical break. So that was one of my big problems with Deathworld. The other thing is it is public domain, no profit. Public domain, no corporate profit, something like that. So in theory, I couldn't run ads on it, so I didn't do it. I did it, I think, first 15 chapters on the podcast, but then I removed them. Okay, that sucks. Welcome to the party, you're dead. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, forgotten his name. The author of J-Verse. I mean, we're talking about 30,000 to 40,000 words per chapter. That is an insane amount. That is a small book. Dog does go bark. No, Nigel. As far as I know, channel memberships doesn't do anything for adverts. I wish it did, because Twitch has it like that. Where if you subscribe /membership on Twitch, you don't get adverts. But YouTube, not so much. I have set the ads on the stream to conservative, so you shouldn't give me too many. And on a normal video, I try to keep them minimally invasive. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, premium will destroy all ads, and then also do earn money off of premium. So rather than spending money on a membership, if you get premium, which I think is $10, you won't get any adverts at all. Thank you very much for the kind words, Hawkforce. It's much appreciated. Why are you doing that? Leave the smart person to do that. You can craft. What I need is a crafter. Yes, craft. You'll craft. And then what we'll do is we'll build a production of a stone cuts table. Over here. Slap it in here. And then Sagas, I never played Helldivers, so I think you might be confusing me with somebody else. And I probably will never play Helldivers, mainly because they use a kernel level anti-cheat. $14 USD. It's definitely gone up. I think when I started premium, it was $10. Barrack. Good morning, Adam. Hope you're doing well. But, sorry, I do think premium is worth it. So, I also wish that channel memberships didn't have adverts. I've double checked, and there is nothing that I can do to prevent adverts for channel members. And the thing is, I can't even turn off adverts, because YouTube will just run adverts on it anyways. So, it is ridiculous. It's going okay. I've had a rough couple days, but that wasn't quite related to the surgery. Very much. I mean, you want to know the worst thing? Well, not the worst thing. One of the things that has happened to me. So, what was it? 3 years ago, my whole channel got demonetized without warning. They just took all my monetization away. They were still running adverts on my channel, even though I couldn't earn any money. Thankfully, I managed to get that sorted out pretty quickly, which is a miracle in itself, because most people don't even get that sorted out, ever. I just annoyed them until they fixed it. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Derek. Much appreciated for the kind words. Yeah, it was the repetitious content. That's why I stopped doing the intros, because I used to have like a whole bunch of different intros that I would have. I think the percentage portion of the intro plus outro was too much for the algorithm, because in the rules they state it has to be no more than a specific amount. No, actually, specific. They would never give you specifics. Like, it can't be a significant part of the video, the intro and outro. So I think my intros and outros were just a bit too long for the videos, and they got upset. So I'm not entirely sure. Thank you for the membership, Adam. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, when Copper... I mean, they changed the algorithm and they had a whole bunch of channels. That particular time, they changed the algorithm and it hit a lot of narrators. Net Narrator got hit as well at that same time. But his was slightly different. So I think what happened is they changed the algorithm. It detected my channel and then detected another problem, which I had to get sorted out. That was stressful. Oh, holy crap. Yeah, Adam, every little bit helps. Even just watching the videos. I've always said, worry about you and yours before you worry about me and mine. And I'll say that until the very end. Ah, the fish. Yes. Fair enough, Andy. Fair enough. But you can turn off targeted adverts in the settings somewhere for yourself. So maybe you've done that at some point. Cool cat. It's definitely cool. I think it's a bit too early to start harvesting blood. Yeah, YouTube's a mixed bag. There are goods, there are way bads as well. But out of all the content hosting sites, it's probably one of the better ones still. Yeah. Currently, there are lots of platforms that treat creators a lot less well than YouTube, shall we say. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they allow adverts that long is ridiculous. But they allow for video promotion. So you can just promote a singular video and it becomes an advert. So that's how you get the adverts to be that long. Cheers, Captain. Hope you have a fantastic day. Or evening. Whatever it may be for you. I don't think I'm going to be streaming too much longer. My voice is already straining. Gotta love cortisone. Definitely screws everything up. Yeah, I mean, the Twitch ones are just ridiculous because you can't skip them either. None of the ads you can skip. But on the flip side, if you are a subscriber on Twitch, you don't get ads, as far as I understand. I'm not a very big, I'm not up to date on Twitch. I don't even consume Twitch, really. Content, not Twitch itself. Well, yeah, the DMCA stuff is quite simple. YouTube legally can't do anything. YouTube legally has to do one thing, that is inform people. They cannot make a decision whether something is or isn't fair use, because it's a legal question. And if they did, they would be breaking the law. So that is more of a US law problem than it is for YouTube. It sucks. It really does. But I kind of, not understand it, but, we have to live with it. Currently, the DMCA system on YouTube is actually a lot better than most of the other sites for what it does. I mean, I've been on cortisone for a week now. I think I've got another 3 days left. So, definitely drying up. And then the migraine medication on top of that doesn't help. Yeah. That's ridiculous. I mean, you hear cases of the songwriters writing their own songs and then getting a copyright strike or claim against their own song. It's ridiculous, but unfortunately, legally, YouTube can't really do much. They're doing, I'd say they're doing, but yeah, it's such a complicated thing. I think there is one for Rimworld. I'm not sure. Yeah. But what they also do is they wait for a video to come up, they go register the copyright on the song, and then go through the copyright claim system to claim the thing. They do it quicker than the original author or songwriter. And that's more people being low-life scum, really, than it is YouTube. Yeah, I've heard of that as well. But you need to set up a company, and then you need to register in a certain way so that YouTube can let you claim. Because by default, as a user, you can either ask, like a normal user, if you are an author and somebody's stolen your story, you can ask them to remove it, or you can give them a strike. Those are your only two options. There's no revenue sharing. You have to be part of a registered company to get revenue sharing. So you've got to jump through all these hoops. Cheers, Phoenix. I hope you have a great day and that your work day passes without too much problem. Well, I think YouTube has a fine line between putting safeguards in place and interfering with justice. Gold ore? Ooh. I'll take 2. But it is 2.5 hours. My voice is a bit ragged. It's not happy. So I actually think I'm going to call it a day. I will be streaming again tomorrow. Hopefully I'm up to recording. If not, we'll just do some more Rimworld or something. I do apologize, Matty. You just came in here and I'm leaving. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, it's just the base game with no DLCs, no mods. Yeah, me murdering my voice, not a good thing. Terranium? No, that's just the base game with all DLCs. Any other questions before I go? Well, as long as you had fun, Blade, that's the only thing that matters. Anyways, I'll see you all tomorrow. Hope you have a fantastic one. Goodbye.